Hello, I hope you're having an amazing day today. If you hear thing, then that thing. Hello, Daryl, what is up? Josh, how's it going? Jaden, literally just did your holiday breathing video and it was incredible. I haven't fully surrendered myself like that in so long. That is so good to hear. I definitely want to start doing breathwork videos because breathwork is such an important part of practice and absolutely life-changing. Everything that happens within breathwork, the actual experience, how you feel afterwards, any emotions or memories came up, ideas come up in breathwork. So I'm super happy that you liked it. I will definitely be. Eric, how is it going? Back once again in Lucid Grove. What is up, my dude? Sweet, how's it going? Greg, welcome. Evan, how's it going, dude? Also, excited. There is a lot into our world for members and also everybody. Excited. Is my audio going in? Okay, that should fix it. Let me know if that sounds better. All right, let me know if that sounds better. I think we have got it fixed. But if you guys kind of missed what I said, I will definitely be doing another breathwork video. That is something that has completely transformed my life and my practice. And I wanted to welcome Greg to the membership community. There's a lot of stuff coming for everybody, members, just lots of stuff in our world together, guys, and I'm super excited. Okay, glad that it sounds better. I should have checked that before. It was a setting on my end, so no worries. You're not tripping, Josh. Definitely has happened a lot. I actually created a course one time, and I got through I was doing 8 to 10 videos a day for my course because I usually do pretty big courses usually, and my mic was cutting out throughout the entire, every single video. And I didn't realize until after. So, thank you guys for letting me know. Even though this is under different circumstances, I appreciate it. Cool, sounds great. So, a couple things. Members, you might have saw this is for tier 2 and up. Tier 2 and up in my membership gets the exclusive videos. So, tier 2 and up you guys should see the first video up for Haylee's Lucidity School. That is going to be a new series that I'm doing. It's going to be pretty much like a course / podcast thing. So that's going to be happening. I literally just posted the first video today for tier 2 members and up, so you will be seeing that. I also am creating a podcast. I am actually working on that currently, along with our merch shop, because we are almost at 10,000 subscribers, and to celebrate, I wanted to release something super dope for you guys. I'm really excited about that. Dr. Joe Dispenza is incredible. I actually haven't done a lot of his breathing techniques. I know that I did one, it was kind of a little bit ago. It was an hour and a half video. So most of the breath work that I do though is Wim Hof, holotropic breath work, which I know he does a little bit of that, right? Holotropic breath work, and DMT breath. But I absolutely love everything Joe Dispenza does. Are you still working on an ebook? That's another thing. I'm also working on an ebook and a custom lucid dreaming journal for you guys. So there's so many things that I'm working on that I'm having to go figure, right? Create some structure behind it. So I'm releasing things one by one. That is one other thing that I have started and I am working on. I'm trying to create a good balance between everything because I'm getting all of these new downloads and ideas and they're coming so fast that I've got to create a little bit of structure for that. Love your soundscapes. I listen to them every night. Oh, thank you. I love that so much. I listen to them when I'm reading sometimes, when I'm meditating, when I'm doing techniques. So I love that you love them. That's I wanted to make stuff that like I listen to in my techniques, and it's very ambient, cosmic, kind of spacey sounding stuff without being so loud, you know, like really heavy instrumentals like piano and stuff. I do not like when meditations do that, like meditation music. I do not like a lot of instruments in my, because it's distracting to me. I love lo-fi. Lo-fi, you'll notice that I use a lot of lo-fi in my videos. I also have started a TikTok, and I do also use lo-fi in those videos. That's another thing. I just started TikTok. I started a TikTok. So you can find me at the Lucid Mystic if that is something that you're looking to experience. There you go. Casey, oh my gosh, coming in with the $50 to you. Thank you, my friend. Haven't checked in for a while, been traveling, keep spreading love. I was wondering. Good, glad to see you here. That's cool to know that you've just been traveling. I was actually wondering that the other day. Thank you so much for the $50, my friend. I appreciate you so much. Safe travels. Hope for whatever reason you're traveling, you're having a great time and experiencing many magical moments in your travel. Thank you so much for stopping by, Casey. It's definitely been a minute since I have seen you. Let me see. Hey, did you ever do your video on the best lucid dreaming pills for getting lucid, whether you're a beginner or advanced? I have done a lucid dreaming supplement video. I plan to do an updated one. The information in there is still pretty relevant to what I would suggest for beginners, but I have been, you know, playing around with some new herbs and supplements, so I would definitely love to make an updated video on that because there are a couple new things that I am experimenting with. Probably need some artwork for that, huh? Well, I actually love graphic arts and like physical arts, so I would probably want to create my own artwork for, like, I'm creating my own artwork for my merch shop. I'd probably want to do the same thing for my book. I'm just that way. I'm like, oh, I'll just create it, and if it's not something I know how to do, then I'll just learn how. Like everything in my business I do myself. You know, I just love the work that I do, and I love creating things. And if I don't know how to do something, like I learned how to build a freaking website the other month, and I'm like, you know what, if I don't know how to do it, I'll learn how, you know. And so that has been really, really fun. So yes, I will need artwork for that, but we'll see what happens. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm learning to, like, I seem to like just like go in over my head really fast because I get so many ideas. I just have to create all the time. So I have like tons of things lined up. New courses I'm coming out with. I'm actually running you guys know the 40-part video or the 40-part lucid dreaming video course that I created like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I'm redoing that, but it's going to be a live course, and it's not going to be 40 videos, but it's going to be basically the same thing, like lucid dream in 30 days or less. That is the vibe, the catch line to my course, because everything in there will help you lucid dream in 30 days or less if you implement it. So I wanted to do a live version, so that is also coming. I could go on. I have a lot of fun things planned, but your videos and your live stream helped me with understanding and tapping into the subconscious mind. I love that so much because that is so important. We all have a subconscious mind, right? We all operate from the same consciousness. It's important to learn what it is and kind of how to use it and how to explore it too. So I love that. I've listened to so many, and what you're saying is perfectly said, as I feel the same, so thank you. Easily distracted, especially being a musician. Yeah, I have to listen to really ambient tracks, so that's why I come out with the music tracks that I do on here, because I really want it to have a very spacey, cosmic vibe. I want it to feel like you're floating through space. That's always been my thing in meditation. Any technique that I do, I usually imagine that I'm floating in space. That's just like normal. That's just what I do. I guess I forget to mention that sometimes. I don't know if I've told you guys that, but that's like the thing that I always imagine. It helps me like disassociate from my physical body. It's like a float tank experience. If you guys have ever been in like a flotation tank or been to like a float spa, it's basically like a not sleep deprivation, sensory deprivation tank where you're in 900 pounds of Epsom salt, you know, with water that is your body temperature, and you can't see anything, you can't hear anything, you can't feel anything. So it deprives you of your senses, and it creates really cool psychedelic and meditative experiences. I basically mimic that when I'm doing a technique, and imagining that I'm floating in space definitely helps. And I also wanted to create music that makes you feel like you're floating in space, because that's what I do for all my techniques. So it like only makes sense that I do that. So I love that you love them, Josh. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere with reality checks. Any tips at all? So the thing with reality checks, it is not about the physical check. It is about how you mentally do the reality check. That's the most important thing. How do you mentally do the reality check? What is your process? The problem with timed reality checks is it's hard to get into the moment and actually question. You're doing a reality check because your alarm went off. So it tends to take the magic and the importance away from the reality check, when it's really not about the reality check. If you were just really good at mentally questioning, you wouldn't probably even need to do a physical check. But it's better to make sure, because you guys probably know that the lucid dream world or the dream world actually, can convince you that you're actually awake. Even if you do a reality check or question, that's a pre-lucid dream if you like question that you're dreaming but you don't quite catch on. So it's best to combine them with physical checks, because we're just in case, you know, we're covering ourselves just in case the dream convinces us for a second that we are awake. So keep in mind that with reality checks, it is not so much about the physical check as it is the mental questioning. That is literally, like, think about when people are like, yeah, I just had like a reality check today, when they're not talking about lucid dreaming. It's like, you just experienced a reality check. It like gets you in deep thought about what's going on, right? Even when it's not about lucid dreaming, like someone's saying like, oh yeah, it was quite a reality check today, this happened, this happened. It's something that caused deep thought or questioning or reconsideration. And so it's the same thing with lucid dreaming. We want to question, we want to become aware of what's happening, and we want to reconsider if we are awake or not. That's literally the point of a reality check. So don't stress out so much about the physical checks. You just need to get in the habit of like seeing this world like the dream world. And that's like a reality check that you're doing all the time. So like the way that I see reality, it is a very mysterious thing, my friends. And that's why I'm glad we're diving into this, because our reality is so mysterious and no one understands it. We're still trying to figure out how to operate it, yet we've experienced ways to like biohack consciousness and enter different states of reality just through our mind when people just think we're sleeping. And for some reason, it's hard to prove to people that this is happening. And maybe that's because their level of consciousness that they are at, they are not ready for that information. So it's only meant for the people with the open minds who can actually use this information for the better. That's why they are the ones experiencing it, and not everyone is experiencing these altered states of consciousness. There has to be a reason that only specific people are able to access these states of consciousness, especially naturally and unprovoked, like spontaneously, right? So there has to be some bigger picture of why we're experiencing these things. Maybe it's part of our soul contract. Maybe we're meant to use the information that we experience in these altered states of consciousness to better humanity as a whole in this reality. Maybe the receptive, open ones that are experiencing these altered states of consciousness, they are the ones that are able to be receptive and open of the information that they receive in these states of consciousness, which is why we are the ones that are meant to not only explore, but see how we can use this for the better good of our lives and other people's lives. There has to be a bigger reason to this reality and to the reason why we're experiencing dreams and lucid dreams. So see reality as something mysterious and magical that you're experiencing all the time. It's not just when we dream, we go into like psychedelic states of consciousness. This reality is psychedelic as hell. Like, think about what's actually happening right now. And also the fact that nothing is solid, but we appear to be in a solid environment, but everything is literally just energy, and we can literally create physical matter with our energy in our mind. Like, is that not weird to anybody? And because I think this way, every moment I am like questioning or tuning in, like, you know, so it's become a habit. That's like part of my identity now, because that's like literally how I think. And now that transitions into the lucid dream world, or the dream world, because even when I'm in a dream, I will stop and question, be like, reality and consciousness is just trippy as hell. Like, is there anything odd or out of place that's happening right now, like a glitch in the matrix that no one's willing to even pay attention to? And then I realize I'm dreaming. Because I think that way in real life. I see weird things outside that people don't, they're like on autopilot. They don't even see what's actually happening. And it's not just for the magical moments of the most beautiful sunset with these clouds broken out and like sun rays coming through them, but it's also like the little tiny things that people really don't experience that are all around us all the time. There's like, we are in a world of magic and mystery. So regardless if like what it is, we're always experiencing that, whether we're in dream or not. That's just another layer. So to answer your question, Greg, on reality checks, very long-winded answer, but this is the key, I think, is like questioning and thinking in this way and pondering and wandering in your mind and seeing all states of consciousness as dream. And that will help you remember that when you're in a dream, you know that you're dreaming, and that will like snap you awake. If you think this is a dream right now, and you get in the habit of thinking that this is a level of dream, then naturally, because now you think this way, you're going to start dreaming that you really do think that you're experiencing a dream. But something's going to click and be like, wait. And then you're going to get lucid from it. So start to question more than you focus on the physical check. The questioning, the mental checking, the critical thinking, that is the reality check. The physical check is just in case you're not convinced with the world around you. Sometimes the dreams can look pretty normal, right? And that's why your brain has a hard time accepting that you're dreaming, because it's so real to the brain. So your brain slips out of lucidity because it's like, no, this world is too tangible and it's too real, so I can't be dreaming. And that's why we slip out of lucidity, because again, your brain can't tell the difference between something you're imagining, something you're dreaming of, and something that's actually happening. So when your brain sees that you're in a dream and you spontaneously become lucid, the brain is like, no, this can't be a dream. This is too real. You can touch things, feel things. And so we lose lucidity. Think about it. We think this is reality. What tells us that this is reality? Oh, you know, I can walk around it consciously. I can touch things. I can smell things. I can feel things. I can taste things. I can interact with the environment at will and interact with people at will that are in this environment. Okay, well, that sounds exactly like a lucid dream to me. That sounds like an out-of-body experience to me. So what defines reality really? No one knows. We just started calling this reality because we believe that we're in this state the most, when really we sleep for a third of our lives and no one has a clue where we're going, and no one has really stopped to question, why does my physical body have to sleep? And why do I experience the weirdest all the time? Even people that aren't spiritual or into like these practices, everybody has a story about something that has happened to them during sleep that they find pretty odd. So it's this very mysterious state that no one even really knows about. So I'm just saying that when it comes to questioning reality, my reality is being questioned because I don't know what is reality and what's not. To me, it's all a dream. It's just different levels of dream. And since people operate in this dream more than others, they think, this has now just been named reality, but no one really knows why. Anyways, Greg, I hope that that helped you with reality checks. This is why I can get into a tangent about reality checks, because they're very misunderstood. People think that it is about like, oh, should I just count my fingers and then like that's good? No, you don't even have to count your fingers for a reality check. These are just added bonuses. Say you want like an ice cream sundae. The mental questioning and the like mental work that you do in a reality check is literally the entire bowl of ice cream. The physical checks are literally the cherry on top. That it's like, just in case my brain isn't convinced that I'm dreaming, I will throw in a reality check to really show my brain that, oh, this is a dream. You'll notice if you just question if you're dreaming and you get lucid, sometimes you can fall out of it. But if you get lucid from a physical reality check, you stay lucid for longer because your brain is like, oh, my bad. I thought we were for sure awake. That was crazy. Yeah, you have 12 fingers on that hand. I'm convinced this is for sure a dream. Like, it's just like, it helps you stay conscious for longer. So get in the habit of doing both of them, but know that it's better to mentally question than to not, and to do a ton of physical reality checks. Just randomly popped up on my recommendation, so I feel like there was a reason for it. Here I am. Hello, Treason. How are you? Welcome to the Dream Fam. If you're still here, my name is Haylee, and I make lucid dreaming and astral projection and consciousness kind of content. So I hope to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. Oh gosh, I lost. Oh no. Wait. Okay. Didn't lose it. Did you hear about the guy on TikTok who went through a parallel universe? Did I ask this already one time before? I am not sure. I'd have to see. I can't really recall that. I'll have to see the video, or the person at least. Are there any devices or things you use to enhance your mystic experiences, whether it be substances, crystals, or anything? I do like blue lotus flower. You can steep it in a tea, or you can smoke it. That almost has like a CBD effect, but obviously it doesn't affect REM like THC and CBD. So you could always like smoke that for, before a meditation or something, and it helps clear your mind the same way. There's just no psychoactive effects that also seem to interfere with REM sleep. So blue lotus is a cool thing if you still want to have something to like chill you out, to kind of calm your mind down, to help like calm your body down. Blue lotus is awesome because again, it kind of has the same effects of THC and CBD without having any like really noticeable physical results, symptoms. I don't even know the word that I'm looking for. I do have some stones that I use. Calcite is used for out-of-body experiences and like multi-dimensional travel. So I do have a couple of those. I actually have a dream shrine type thing in my bedroom, and that's really helpful with dreaming. So it's basically like an altar but for your dreams. So some people have like a money altar, or like a career altar, or a love altar, or a beauty altar. It's just things to kind of bring that energy to life in that specific area of your life. So if you had like a beauty altar, you'd probably have it in your bathroom or something, or at your vanity, and you'd have like rose petals and just things that bring out that natural energy of like love and beauty. For me, I have a dream altar, so it's like things that inspire my dreams. So I have little like figurine things. They're not really figurines, but it like they're dream signs that I've had. I have a little school there. I have like a red, what is it called? Red school? Yeah. So I have things that I dream about a lot. I have little things on my altar to kind of represent those dream signs. I also do have like affirmations. I have a candle that I've like built, like enchanted basically. It basically just means that I've filled this candle with intention. People do the same thing with jewelry. You can enchant jewelry, you can enchant anything, but it's basically me putting specific intention into specific things. And that's literally what magic is, but that's like a whole other topic for another day. That's literally magic. But I kind of have that right next to my bedside. I have my dream journal on it. And basically I sit at it all the time. I try to at least before I go to bed. And I also write my dreams in the morning in that area too. But I basically will dream plan. So every single night I will write out the dream or the lucid dream that I want to have. I will draw a little picture of it. It's kind of like the 3-step dream plan thing that I talked to you guys about. But it's all about creating intention in the practice, and it makes me feel creative and just like, it just hypes me up before I go to sleep. So above supplements and stuff, that's kind of what I do. It's a lot of like intention work towards my dreams. But Blue Lotus is really, really awesome. I do have a couple dream teas. I did get one from Higher Alignment. He was the box that I reviewed. He sent me a lot of his products. He is a client and we became really, really good friends. So he makes really cool teas. He has a Lucid Dream one that is really, really cool. I think it has like mugwort in it. And so yeah, I love tea. I'll drink a lot of tea for my practice, but a lot of it is like a lot of like intention, not just like meditating, but sitting at a space that's dedicated to my dreams, that makes me feel inspired to dream, that gets me excited to dream. I'm like a little kid, like figuring out what I want to color a picture of. That's how I feel about dreams. It's like every single night is a new night where I can create anything that I want to, go anywhere, get any information, do anything. Like, oh my gosh, I could talk about dreaming forever because it is so cool. But as you can see, this is why I sit down at my dream altar at night, because that's really like my biggest like dream aid, aside from, you know, aside from like supplements and stuff. Like that's the main thing outside of all the extra stuff. But I will be reviewing a couple Lucid Dream supplements that I think work pretty good. I don't recommend buying bottle after bottle after bottle though, because then they stop working. Your brain kind of starts to get used to them. So if you're going to try a Lucid Dreaming supplement, I would try like one bottle at a time and then kind of like swap them around, like try something different. Because yeah, you could get used to supplement. And a lot of them say like take for 30 days straight. Probably don't do that. I mean, you can if you want to. But it could be a lot on your brain taking all of these, like, and they're safe, but I mean, you don't want to overdo anything, right? Like you probably wouldn't want to smoke Blue Lotus every day. You could, but it's like after a little bit it stops benefiting you. That's kind of how it is with the supplements. It's better to take, you know, a few days out of the week to take a supplement instead of every night, because then your brain's just gonna get used to the supplement and it's just gonna stop working. So let's see. Hello, Kobe. Thank you so much for the dono. I appreciate it. How does one combine power of psilocybin and dreams? So are you talking about like when you're on like a psilocybin trip? Because if you are, psilocybin can absolutely be used for dreaming experiences and out-of-body experiences. And if you're going to do that, it is definitely best on like a little after the come down of using psilocybin. Mid-experience, you might even know what's going on. Like I've had friends that have literally had like a full-blown shared out-of-body experience when they were on psilocybin with a couple people. I think it was like her boyfriend and her sister or something, and they all had a shared out-of-body experience. Can absolutely do that. If you want a little bit more control and like awareness, then I would definitely try it on like the come down-ish, like when you start to feel normal but everything is still a little bit enhanced, you know, things are a little bit sharp, things are still sharp, they're still colorful, but you feel more yourself. I would try then, or when you at least start to feel it coming down, and then just lay in your bed and do a technique or just meditate and see how long you can stay conscious, and you'd probably like not need to do anything else. So that might be something that is worth saying. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with all the comments, but I keep getting lost. Will I get better at questioning reality as time goes on, or am I doing something wrong? It's definitely a habit that you need to build, but we just want to make sure that we're doing it correctly so we don't build the wrong habit, if that makes sense. But you want to know, like, I actually had a really hard time with reality checks when I first started. I had to literally trick myself. So obviously your brain tries to tell you like, we don't need to question if we're dreaming. Look, we're awake right now. Why do we need to do a reality check? But then you'll notice that same thing pops up in your dreams in the form of a dream character. That archetype, that part of your brain that's like, we don't need a reality check. We're awake. they show up in your dream, but as an actual dream character trying to convince you that you are awake. So if that is happening, if you've had dreams where you question if you're actually dreaming and a dream character comes up and he's like, no dude, you're awake, duh, then it's because a part of your brain is resisting reality checks in waking life, and that's literally showing up in your dreams. So what I had to tell myself, because it was really hard, it's like, how do I get in the mindset of actually questioning my reality and actually mean it without feeling like I'm trying to fake it? So I was like, okay, well, what if I could pretend to be wondering if I'm dreaming? Does that make sense? Like, because I couldn't actually truly question if I was dreaming in my reality checks or not. So I was like, okay, well, what would it be like if I was questioning? It's like when someone's like, oh, if you can't imagine it, just imagine that you can imagine it. It's the same thing. I had to imagine that I was questioning my reality. And then that gets you in the state of like, okay, well, what would I do? Like, if you really were questioning reality right now, stop right now and just sit right where you are right now. You know those dreams where like nothing really is happening, and then all of a sudden you just get lucid, just like looking around you in silence, and you're like, oh, I'm dreaming right now. Try doing that right now. Like, if you just realized that something was off, what would you check first to make sure that you were dreaming or not? For me, I keep glancing this way, so I would either like pick up my headphones and like just like, I don't even know, pick something up, or usually I will literally go to my hand first thing. Aside from just like counting my fingers, I'll just stare at my hands, because you should know what your lines look like. Even if you don't think you consciously know what the lines on your hands look like, you subconsciously know. So just get in the habit of like, when you're questioning reality, like just think about it like, actually, we think this is solid, and it's actually not. Scientifically, none of this is solid. Doesn't that kind of spark your curiosity a little bit? Just like interact with the environment a little bit closer. You want to activate that kind of just questioning, just curiosity about your environment. Of course, the more you do reality checks, you will get better, but we also want to make sure that we're building the right habits when we're trying to implement reality checks. So if people told you, oh, the key to mastering reality checks is counting your fingers 4 times a day, throw that information away, because it is not about the physical check. It is literally about the questioning. Think about it. What gets you lucid? You realize that you're dreaming, you question you're dreaming, or you see something odd. All of that happens up here. None of that is like physical. It's like the actual questioning. You could be dreaming, see a car fly up in the sky, and like not even think anything of it. But it's the questioning of like, that was odd. Does this usually happen in waking life? That's what gets you lucid. That's the skill you want to build, is like the questioning. That is the most important part to a reality check. That's pretty much the entire reality check, is the questioning. And the reason why all of us don't get lucid every single night is because look at society. We're like used to just assuming that whatever we're experiencing is real, no matter what the situation. We never stop to be like, oh, there's something wrong with this. Oh, this doesn't seem real. Is this right? Did this happen yesterday? No, we just go along with it. And because a lot of us live on autopilot and we just always assume that we're awake, we now always assume that we're awake in our dreams. It's not that you don't know how to lucid dream. It's just that the main habit that's overlapping the one you're trying to build is that you assume that you're awake more than the latter. That's literally what it means. Because your strongest, most prominent habits will show up in your dreams. So if you want to know what habits you're successfully building, look to your dreams, because it's going to tell you, like, okay, oh, I seem to really be questioning a lot. Oh, even in your dreams, like if you're an introvert, you're probably going to notice that in your dreams more, because that is the person you are being in waking life. And our dream self is directly connected to the person we are being in waking life. So if we want to change the person we are dreaming to be, then we want to change the person we are being, because that habit will directly reflect in our dreams. If you want to know what's going on in here or in your life, look to your dreams, because that will show you the subconscious patterns and habits that we actually have. So that is going to be your biggest guide, is like what you're actually dreaming about. That's why it's very important to write any information you feel important in your dreams, because even the clothes you are wearing in your dreams have symbolism. The clothes you are wearing, the weather, people's expressions on their faces, any songs that are playing in the background, any specific types of trees that are around, any colors that seem to be showing up in your dreams, all of that has symbolism. Don't want to overwhelm you. You don't have to write all this information down, but I want to show you that whatever you do write down is important. So you don't have to write down the entire dream if you don't want to. I know sometimes it can take a while, but whatever you write down, just know that it's important and there's information in there. So it's all about, what was I talking about? Questioning? Is that what it was? Yeah. All about the mental questioning. The reality checks are just to help you determine the result that you're questioning. Could I be dreaming? And then you test something in your physical environment, whether it's your hand, whether it's a cup, whether it's whatever, whether it's your phone. You're using that to test what you're already questioning. So the main part of the reality check is the questioning, and then the physical check is what helps you solve or give you the answer to your mental question. Does that make sense? I love bay leaves, absolutely. Florida water. I have a really amazing Florida water back there. Aaron from Higher Alignment, my bad, actually makes his own Florida water. So I get mine from him, and so good. Absolutely Florida water. Have you ever done a past life regression meditation? I've actually done a few, and a lot came up. It has definitely been a little bit, but I have two distinct ones that I remember. One from a past life when I was a child that actually was connected to my childhood trauma. And then one, it was like in the desert somewhere, but I had this feeling that it was like Dubai or like somewhere. But it led me back to the connection to the pyramids. And it was just like this whole thing. So I've had two main ones that I really remember, and they are trippy. Again, like there is no timeline. All of it is happening at the same time. Our past, our future, our present now, like everything is all happening at the same time. But we can only tune into one reality at once, which is why we have to go to sleep in order to fully access the dream world. It's like, that's how it is with our past lives, I believe too, and our future lives. Like I believe that every possibility already exists simultaneously. I believe in the quantum model of reality, which is every possible outcome is happening in another reality simultaneously. There is no past, there is no future. It is literally all being played out, but we can only shift into one level of consciousness fully at a time, which again is why we have to sleep in order to dream and access that reality. So I believe that like past lives, it's like that as well, especially with meditation. You're just going into an altered state of consciousness to tap into a reality. It's the same way we manifest. It's like all connected. It's like all full circle. We can do past life regressions, and we can also tap into our ideal future self and literally tap into that person's thoughts, that person's beliefs, that person's actions, and bring them into this present moment so we can literally quantum jump into our future ideal self. That's how I teach quantum jumping, and like that's the real form of reality shifting to me, is that. So I love that you mentioned that, because I believe it's all connected. Like past life regression is the same as quantum jumping. It's just like the other way, if that makes sense. But since time is non-linear, it's like just different levels of consciousness that we are experiencing. The feeling of being in a dream is so beautiful. Can't explain it. I know. And I try to explain this all the time. It's not an eerie feeling, but that's the only word I have for it. I guess the feeling is just like otherworldly. It feels alien, right? Like, and I guess the only way I ever can explain it is eerie, but it's not like scary. It's not eerie. But otherworldly, I guess, is a really good word for it, because it's just like nothing that you experience in waking life. It's like literally Wonderland. You can tell you're in a completely different place. I totally agree with you. I talk about that all the time. And that inspires my painting so much you don't even know. Like, I want people to feel like they're in a dream when they look at my artwork, when they listen to my music. Like, that is like the world I want to live in. Like, the dream world is so beautiful, and I strive to bring that into my waking reality. As you can see, my whole house is like this. It's if you saw my house right now, like, I'm working on merging that reality with this one, because it's like we learn so much from the dream world, right? And we can practice things in waking life that influence the dream world. And so it's like, oh my God, everything is connected. So now I want to like live as my dream self in this reality too. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weird person, but maybe I'm onto something. And since there's no separateness, like, we can feel what you were just talking about. We can learn to live in that kind of like otherworldly energy all the time. But I totally get what you're meaning. Like, I'm starting up painting again, and I literally said, I want to take people into my mind of my dream worlds. I want to make these huge oil paintings that are like as big as a wall, and then just be so intricate and colorful and beautiful. And it's literally a place that I've been to a million times in my dreams. But then I get to take you guys there, because artwork is incredible and it lets you see inside the creator's mind. That is where I want to take my artwork. So I love that you said that, because that's exactly what I want people to feel, is like being in that like dream world, that crazy energy you're talking about. I know exactly what you're saying. But anyways, tangent, I just got really excited that you said that, because I think about that all the time. Hey, how can I get a lucid dream tonight? Well, first, I would definitely make sure that you're already remembering your dreams. I would start becoming conscious of what you're already dreaming about, because if you dream that you're at a school 4 to 5 times a week, then maybe in your intention when you're falling asleep, you could manifest that you will be at a school and get in the habit of doing reality checks anytime you see a school. And that way, anytime you dream about what you dream about the most, you spontaneously get lucid. But that's for spontaneous lucid dreams that you build through habit over time. If you're wanting to get lucid tonight, I definitely recommend doing a technique. Hopefully you're already dreaming, because that assures that you are in REM. Make sure that you set your alarm for 6 hours after sleep. If it takes you 30 minutes to fall asleep, then set your alarm for 6 hours, 30 minutes, because we must take into account the time that it takes us to fall asleep. Wake up, stay up for 30 minutes, lay back in bed, lay on your back, take 3 deep breaths, completely close your eyes, and imagine that you're floating in space. Once you've been floating in space for like 10 minutes and you start to see all these different colors, start to sink into those colors and start to create dream images out of them. At this point, try to make sure that you stay a little bit aware as your body falls into sleep, and see how long you can hold on to your consciousness as you're drifting into sleep. To help keep you aware and to help create that intention, come up with an affirmation to help affirm that you are dreaming. I am dreaming, or I know that I am in a dream. And repeat this as long as you can as you fall into the hypnagogic imagery. And if you stay conscious enough and you don't wake up your body, then you can access a dream consciously at will by using that technique. But if you want a stable foundation for your dream practice, I would definitely recommend implementing awareness. Hope that assists you. I've been having to accept that everybody isn't ready. Yep, and once we know that everybody is on a soul contract and they are just living the reality that they were meant to live, then that will help us find peace, that we are meant to completely invest in our reality and be an expression of what is possible through our different practices. So even though we can't change anybody, we can inspire them to change themselves, or to be curious enough to have interesting experiences. And I totally believe that if someone is meant to experience something, they will experience it one way or another. So I can always plant the seed, but I know that maybe someday down the road, they're going to be like, oh, hey, I had that really weird experience that you've talked about for like 4 years, and holy shit, I didn't know it was that crazy. Can you tell me more about it? And now all of a sudden we've planted the seed and the tree is blooming, and now we've got another person on the dream train. That's like one of the first things that I ask when I meet a new person. Yeah. By the way, have you heard of lucid dreaming? Like, I'll just drop it in the conversation. Doesn't really matter what's happening. Not really. It's just a burning question. It's like people that say, hey, what's your zodiac? That's me with lucid dreaming. Oh, have you heard of lucid dreaming? I tell you about my Lord and Savior, the dream world. I keep explaining to people and literally proving to them on the spot, spontaneously, that I'm psychic, and it's like they have cognitive dissonance. Dissonance. I cannot talk. So some people, their beliefs are so strong that it alters the way they see reality. Some people will tell you that magic isn't real, and then something clearly magical happens in their experience, and they'll come up with a way to justify it because they have trained their brain to see reality in such a specific way that anything that like interferes with that, they have literally learned to completely block out. That's what people mean by like, our beliefs create our reality, because if you believe something so strong, you're not going to be able to experience it until you decide to have an open mind, and then all of a sudden you're having all these experiences. But it's like that with intuitive abilities, lucid dreaming, out-of-body experiences, magic, like law of attraction. All of these things have a stigma behind them. But once you break down those belief systems that are actually preventing you from having experiences, then all of a sudden you can. So, but if they've programmed their brain to believe that this is not real, this is not possible, regardless if it's right in front of them, they're not going to be able to see it. In case of my abilities, as you said the word directly before, spontaneously I tapped that. Oh. Hello everyone joining. How are you? Zomis, what is up, dude? Marcus, what is up? Thank you, my friend. Jason, how's it going? I love the shirt that you got from the merch shop, dude. Beautiful. This could be a dream. It feels like one for some reason. Just reality. I like you. We might as well check, right? Okay, guys, how do you know that you're actually awake right now? I'll walk you through my process. First, I question for a reality check. I will look around, just see all the different textures, how the world is reacting to just reality. I will literally just observe. I will start to ask myself questions. Is there anything odd about this experience? No. Do you remember where I was 10 minutes ago? Yeah, I was still here. Where was I an hour ago? I was making coffee. Yes, it is 10 p.m. I was making coffee. That's not the point. I'm doing a reality check. I will trace back my entire day. Literally, like, I'm on rewind. I will try to trace back my entire day, because obviously if you get in the habit of doing that, you won't be able to do that in the dream, because you'll realize, oh, I went to bed right before this. So this must mean that it's a dream. So I get in the habit of tracing my entire day back. And this also helps with waking memory as well. This is just memory training in general. So this will actually help with waking memory as well. So I'll trace back my entire day. And then I will physically look at my hands. And I just stare at them for a sec, because the dream has a hard time at detailed pattern recognition. So that basically means that any really fine detailed patterns your brain is not going to be able to maintain for a long period of time, and especially recreate in the exact same way. So I check my hands, all the little lines. I have a couple unique features about my hands, like I have this weird arrow thing on the lines of my hands, so that's one thing I always check, because I never have that in the dream. The dream doesn't think of like creating that on my hand, so that's one of the things that I check. And I check the other hand, and I kind of like rub my hands, because usually when I do this in the dream, my finger literally just goes through. So I like kind of rub my hands and just feel how stable it is, and I really pay attention to the check. It's not like, oh, let me get this out of the way. I really observe like how it feels, how skin reacts, like how my nail feels against my palm. If I can see any sort of like odd anything, because the dream can get very tricky. So it's better to be very like thorough, if you know what I mean. And then I will count my fingers very closely. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just like observe how like things react, you know, and then I close my eyes and open again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I just observe. And then I plug my nose and try to breathe in. Because if you get in the habit of doing that, you're going to try to breathe in the dream, but since your physical nose isn't plugged, it's just your dream nose, you're going to be able to breathe just fine, and it's going to trip you out. Like, it's actually super fun. So those are like the only 3 reality checks I really like, the physical checks I do. I look at my hands, I count my fingers, finger palm push, and then I hold my nose. And then of course it's super easy to do a reality check. Even when I'm in a session with somebody, I could look at the time, look away, look back at the time, and literally like read different things in my environment and literally just have my hand down here and do a physical check. It's like so easy to do a reality check now, because you don't want to be like, okay, I only use this object to check if I am dreaming, because you're not guaranteed to have that object in every dream, right? Or carry it around with you. You want to be able to like adapt to all environments you're in. So if I'm on a walk, I could still do a reality check. If I'm in a store, I still can do a reality check. Like, I've created a way where I can do it regardless of where I am, and I can also get creative. When I see a billboard and I'm driving, look at the billboard, look back down, look up again. Every time I've done that in the dream, it's been different. So even when you're driving, you can find little ways to do reality checks. Obviously, stay safe, but I'm just saying, like, during any situation, there's a way that you can check if you're dreaming. Oh, that's cool, Kobe. I hope you have a great time. Oh, it's 4 a.m. there. Oh my gosh. Do it literally. Oh, I just read that. Oh, that's cool. I've definitely dreamt of Lord Ganesha, I think once or twice. I have those dreams every once in a while, but they always feel so powerful. There's like this different energy about dreams when you dream of like deities or things that people that you study, you know. It's like their wisdom's actually coming into the dream to communicate with you. I've learned some crazy stuff from dream characters. Wait. Oh, Josh, thank you so much. I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm like kind of ranting, but also trying to get through chat. Thank you, Josh, for the $4.99. I appreciate you, my friend. Do you like CBD? I do like CBD, but I don't use it very often because it still affects with my REM sleep. I have like terpenes, but I don't really use them too much, just because in general CBD oil and of course any THC really destroys my REM sleep. So I used to take a lot of CBD oil just because I liked the really subtle physical effects, but now I actually replace that with Blue Lotus because it feels the same to me pretty much, but it actually fuels my dreams instead of takes away from REM. So I do love CBD, especially for, you know, whatever you want to use it for. But for my dream practice in general, I like to supplement with Blue Lotus just for the recall reason anyway. Final chapter to a book, it makes sense after all. I know, Josh. Oh my god, don't you hate those cliffhanger dreams? And then you spend like a few days trying to like get back and be like, dude, I have to figure out what happens. It's like this whole story. And isn't it weird that your brain knows when you need to wake up? Like, have you ever experienced a cliffhanger in your dream right before their alarm goes off? Like it ends perfectly, like the way that it's timed. That just blows my mind how that happens. Like right before my alarm goes off, like the movie is over. Like it's literally, it stops right when it needs to. It's really interesting. Oh, Josh. I love that he visited you in your dreams. That's so special. See, that's so powerful. Thank you for sharing that. I love dreams like that. Isn't the energy so different in visitations? Like, oh my gosh. Wow, Travis. They're both military leaders. That's crazy. Nothing in life is a coincidence. You're absolutely, absolutely right. Let me see. Hey Jaden, don't know if you're still here, but yeah, I actually got into a whole spiel about that actually. So I have experienced a past life regression, two mainly. I wouldn't even be able to get into the entire rant because it led me into this rant of like how past, present, and future exist simultaneously and how we can tap into different levels of reality, whether it's our past lives, whether it's our future lives, just from consciousness shifting alone. It was crazy. I've been ranty today. Oh my God. Why does punching in a dream feel like you're underwater? You know, that's a really good question. And I'm not exactly sure. Actually, it probably is because our physical body is in paralysis at that time. So it makes it harder sometimes to have movement. What it's called is dual body awareness, which means that you're aware of your physical body and your dream body at the same time. This is why some of us will feel sleep paralysis while we're in an actual lucid dream. Like I've had lucid dreams where I literally can feel my body vibrating. So I think that what happens when we're like trying to punch something or like run in a dream and it feels like we're like running through quicksand or we're like punching through like water, we feel super weak. Like that happens to me. I just like, someone picks a fight with me in a dream. I remember this when I was like little. Someone was like taunting me in a school or whatever, and they're like, oh, you won't stand up for yourself, you won't hit me or something. And I remember like, oh yeah, let's go. I think I was like 12. I tried to hit this dream character and I like missed, and it was literally like I was so weak, like my arms were so tired. And I think it's just because of our physical body and muscular paralysis, and we're in slight dual body awareness, so we're experiencing both our physical body and our dream body at the same time. I'm pretty sure that's why. But doesn't it just occur at the wrong times? Anytime you need to run away, you can't. Anytime you need to throw down, you can't. Oh, Robert, welcome to the channel. So good to see you. Sorry for just getting to your guys' chats, everybody. I've been like ranting on every single comment, so my apologies. Dan, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I don't know if someone asked you this before, but I want to know how many lucid dreams do you have in a week or a month? So that is a really good question. Again, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. As far as your question goes, it really depends. I've had weeks where I've had like 2 lucid dreams a night, and then months where I've only had like 2 or 3 lucid dreams. So it really depends. I'd say on average, if I am, the one thing I am consistent with, I don't always stay consistent with physical reality checks because I've noticed I don't need them at this point. So if reality checks suck for you guys, just know that you're not going to need them forever. It's all about creating the habit. But when I'm keeping up on, you know, my reality checks, and my schedule is the biggest thing. My sleep schedule throws things off the wall because I can stay up till like 8 in the morning if I wanted to. Gosh, hey, I'm getting way better now. I actually have like a normal schedule now. I'm just saying like my night owl tendencies definitely peek through a lot. If I'm good on my schedule, I can lucid dream maybe like casually like 3 times. Obviously depending. If I'm really trying, I could probably have a lucid dream every single night, maybe multiple a night if I happen to chain them, or I like woke up several times and I could go back into lucid dream. But comfortably I would say 2 or 3. On a very low end, like 1, really depends. And then if I'm like really on my game, on my practice, most nights I could experience lucidity. Again, it depends on me because I go through phases. That's just how I am as a human being. I'm like learning to accept that. But even when I get into something new, I will binge it. I will obsess about it for like a month or 2 and then move on to something else, even though I still practice it. But it's like with like paranormal stuff, like I've always been into it, but sometimes I get these really powerful binges and it's like a huge binge for like months at a time. it with breath work. Like, I do breath work most days consistently, but like there was a time where it was like every hour I'm like so I just go through these phases, and I think it's the same with my dream practice. And not my dream practice, because I always have a dream practice, but my lucid dream practice and how frequent I get lucid. And I do notice when I have less lucid dreams, I have more out-of-body experiences or sleep paralysis experiences, so they kind of even out. And I almost now, it's kind of interesting, I almost have as many out-of-body experiences as I have lucid dreams. Like, it's almost balanced, which before lucid dreams was like way higher. Like, I had way more lucid dreams than out-of-body experiences, but it fluctuates, and when one's lower, one seems to make up for the other. So I kind of just flow with whatever. But I have created a couple habits of like meditating myself into sleep. I don't just go to sleep, I literally meditate myself into sleep. I will see how long I can stay conscious, and see if I can observe the process of my body falling asleep. So there's things that I do like habitually that definitely help with my dream practice. So I would just, if anyone's wanting to increase the frequency that they get lucid, find a couple practices that you can implement that really don't take a lot of time. Like, you're in bed anyway, so you could totally meditate yourself to sleep. Meditate yourself to sleep with an intention or something like that. Like, that's a great time to do techniques and stuff, because you're like setting the intention before you go into sleep. So since I have those as a habit, I can keep a pretty consistent practice, and I know that I could have more experiences if I wanted to try. It's like, but sometimes, you know, sometimes we don't have the energy to like do techniques all the time and stuff, so I still go through phases with that. And that's why I really believe in learning how to spontaneously lucid dream. Anytime someone's like, what is the easiest way to lucid dream? I'm like, well, the easiest way and the fastest way is probably this technique, but the actual easiest way is probably just implementing this little habit that will allow you to spontaneously experience it all the time. So it depends like what you think is easy, but that's one thing that I definitely prefer over techniques, is like the spontaneous, just like consistency of awareness checks and lucid dreams. Most of my dreams lately have involved a large tidal wave coming at me but never getting me. Usually when I listen to sleep music you upload. That's interesting. I wonder which binaural beats it's happening with, because water can a lot of the time represent emotions, and since when we dream, that's when we integrate trauma and reconsolidate memory. So it could maybe be that you're actually processing or purging out emotions or past memories or experiences, because again, water can represent emotions and past experiences and memories, and like, so, and since that's what dreaming is for, is integrating trauma and reconsolidating memory, that'd be interesting that if the music you were listening to with the specific beats, it'd be interesting if it was helping you integrate some sort of emotion or trauma or something. That's kind of interesting. Meditation, veil, breath work. Ooh. Create a daily wind down. Be aware of your surroundings as you lay down. Yep. Absolutely. Meditation, very powerful. I meditate at least twice a day. My meditation practice has definitely changed over the years. I told you guys I used to meditate for 6 hours a day. I'm not even kidding. All in one. Pretty much a full sleep cycle of me just like meditating. And that's when I was in the stage of like trying to lucid dream all the time when I was just learning. So I would like meditate for like ungodly long periods of time. Since then, I've found a way that works better for me. So I meditate in the morning and I meditate as I'm falling into sleep. So it's a way that I come out of sleep and it's a way that I go into sleep. So definitely love that. Breath work is crazy. Breath work is powerful. If I was to have like a perfect night, I would, for my dream practice, I would definitely do breath work. I would definitely exercise to get my body tired. I would drink some dream tea. I would do the Colombo method, which is like a 15-minute reality check of your environment. And I'd read a book. So all great dream practice, or all great things that you said, Josh. I wanted to add on to that for me, because wind down is important. Like, we have to teach our brain, okay, we're going to sleep. Okay, we're going to do a lucid dream technique. Like, we can't go from like super stimulated to like having a restful sleep. It's very hard to have that switch, because naturally we operate on the circadian rhythm, which is the rising and the falling of the sun. And that usually, you know, ancestrally, that's how we woke up and that's how we went to sleep, is based on what was going on outside. But since we have so many artificial lights now, we have to manually train our body that it's time for sleep, or, you know, and you can even go for a walk at sunset to help activate your natural circadian rhythm, and you can also go on a walk at sundown. Natural ways to kind of correct your sleeping cycle, but not your sleeping cycle, sleep schedule. I'm like asking you, I like can't even remember the word I was trying to think of. Okay, then that makes sense, because I do have a few different binaural beats in a lot of my meditations. They kind of walk you through. I have some like calm alpha, like mid theta ones that kind of lead you into the meditations. Then I have maybe like a couple delta ones to dip you in and out of that sleep. And then it goes up to theta and gamma, which is associated with lucid dreaming. So a lot of my binaural beats, they like take you on a journey, which is why I make them as long as I do, because different points in the meditation are for different, you know, like as you're falling into sleep, as you are asleep, as you're coming out of sleep, it's like all put together in a specific way. I've had problems trying to meditate. I'm not sure why. Maybe I just don't know how to do it. There's a huge misconception when it comes to meditation. People think like, oh, is this the right way to meditate? Is this the wrong way to meditate? All we have to understand is that meditation is just awareness. If you're trying to meditate and you can't concentrate, but you're aware of the fact that you can't concentrate, that is meditation, because you're aware of the moment, what is happening in the moment, without trying to change it. Now, if you were in the meditation and you're like, wow, I can't concentrate, I'm trying to meditate, but this is going on, then you are not meditating, because you are not being aware of what's happening as it's happening without judgment. That's all that meditation is. It is being aware of your thoughts as you're having your thoughts without judgment. Same with your environment. So as long as you're aware that you can't concentrate in meditation, that is meditation, because you're focused on the awareness. If we think about the past, if we think about the future, that is taking us out of meditation, because meditation brings us back to the present moment. And if you ever have a hard time staying focused in your meditation, there's one thing you can do that will never fail. Focus on the breath. Why? Because we cannot breathe in a past or a future breath. We can only breathe in a present breath that's happening right now. So breath actually locks us into the present moment. So if you're focused on breath, no matter what, you are in the moment, because we cannot breathe a past breath or a future breath, only the current now. So that helps kind of lock us in to the moment. But really, meditation is just about being aware of what's happening as it's happening without judgment. And if you have a hard time meditating, definitely listen to guided meditations. I still listen to guided meditations every once in a while, because I love them. There's so many different ones, and it helps lead you into a journey and have something to focus on. So definitely try some guided meditations. Jason Stevenson is amazing on YouTube. He makes a lot of like sleep music. He has some guided meditations that are really, really cool. Michael Seeley has hypnosis meditations, which are really, really cool. I don't know any others off the top of my head. So those are two that I would definitely recommend. Crap, Haylee, I was looking for you earlier and then just now saw that you were on. Oh my gosh, wait. On her phone. I was like, wait, what? Yep, you're right. Yep, it is that. And also, I was saying, okay, I'm gonna start going live at between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We hit it at like 9:07 at the latest. So even though I did push it, even though I was out of the bracket that I set for myself, I think we did pretty good. So just know, Mark, that it is going to be always between 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if I'm not streaming, I'll make a post. Also Telegram. If you guys have a Telegram, we have a Lucid Dreaming community group chat in Telegram. I do give like updates and stuff in there. Then again, if there's any of you who have, I feel so silly because for so long I didn't make a TikTok, but if there's anyone who is also over on TikTok, then make sure to follow me because I just started making content and it's kind of cool, I think. I definitely am like custom to my YouTube family, so this is where I feel like this is where I thrive and feel the most comfortable. But hey, I'm branching out, doing new things. So if you want a community group chat, then the Telegram is in the description of all my videos and everything else as well. I can't remember what I was going to say, but everything should be in there. JS, that is a huge topic, my friend. Sleep paralysis is a very huge topic. I definitely recommend checking out my playlist. I actually have a whole playlist of like 15 videos on sleep paralysis. I'm going to tell you it's very misunderstood. What you've probably heard about sleep paralysis is a lie, and there's a very scientific explanation for sleep paralysis. It's completely safe to induce. We go into it 5 to 6 times a night. Natural symptom of REM sleep. Your body is completely safe. It's a natural part of our biology. I'm just covering the bases for anyone that is new that comes in asking about sleep paralysis, because this topic is a whole rabbit hole and I'm trying to cover the bases first. That way we're all on the same page. My TikTok lasted a month. Wait, what happened, Josh? I heard that you're supposed to upload like 1 to 3 videos a day on TikTok, which has actually been a lot for me, especially just starting out. So I was doing 2 a day for a few days, and then I went 2 days without making it, so I think that was even like kind of burnout for me. So I can see why. Is that why, Josh? Just like the consistency part? Because that's been my thing recently. You know, Mark, I also agree where I was like, I do not want to get on TikTok. The things I see on there, the trends, I'm not doing them. All the stuff the kids are doing, I'm not doing it. Like, the only reason I made a TikTok was because everyone was like, hey, you should make one. You should make one. I heard about it forever. And Jax has a TikTok. So I was like, oh my God, okay, let me see what this is about. And then I realized it's a cool way to give people bite-sized information without them having to commit to a whole video. Like I've been doing lucid dream hacks on there, like lucid dream tips, and it's like 30 seconds to 3 minutes of just bite-sized pieces of content. And so there is a lot of value. I don't personally watch TikTok. I am there as a creator. Like I support my friends as well, but I'm not like sitting there scrolling through TikTok. YouTube is the place that I always am at. But if there was a creator that I really liked, so I was learning like a new skill or a topic or a hobby that I really, really enjoy, if there was a creator making like bite-sized pieces of valuable content that I could take at a time, I think that I'd really like it. So that's one reason why, that's the biggest reason that I made a TikTok, is because I know a lot of my followers would like to chill with me over there. And also that there's a lot of misinformation on TikTok about lucid dreaming, and I kind of want to, I want to clear things up here. But YouTube is absolutely like my main place that I like to be. I just love hanging out with you guys and just making videos. But ain't nobody got time for that. Dude, I know. People were telling me like, oh, you should try to make like 5 videos a day. I can't do that. I'm so sorry. I can't do that. I could commit to maybe 1 a day. So I agree, Josh. This is literally my first week. I'm not gonna like be like head into it like I am with YouTube. YouTube is, I love this channel. I love everybody on this channel. I love all of you. I love making content. I love making meditations. I love chatting with you guys. It's like, this is what I'm passionate about right here. So probably not going to change anything, but I'm open. I'm open. Last time I had sleep paralysis, I started hearing demonic growling, like sounds coming from right above my head. I know I can. Yeah, so that is literally, it's only because we're half dreaming. So of course our brain is gonna like put dream images in our environment. Plus, since it's a thought responsive state, our emotions activate the thought responsive state. And if we feel fear, then we are going to dream of fear and things that make us feel fear because it feeds off of our emotions. That's how sleep paralysis, lucid dreams, and out-of-body experiences work. They're thought responsive, which means whatever we think, feel, and believe, we experience. So that's why it's important to break down any like stigmas you have about sleep paralysis before you try to induce it, because society tells you like, oh, this is like, maybe society, I don't know. Whoever tells us that there's demons in our sleep, who knows who says that? But the fact is that we have been programmed to believe this. And so what do we experience now that that's in our subconscious and we dream through our subconscious? Now what's in our subconscious is coming to life. So it's important to unlearn more than it is to learn. It's more important to unlearn. I just hit my wrist. I'm fine. Just hurts a little. And what Facebook is to old people as Instagram. Yeah, see, Instagram, I have an Instagram, but it's like nothing hits like YouTube for me. Like I'm really trying. I have like a little bit of everything. I have a Twitter, I never use it. I have a Snapchat, I hardly use it. All of this is like to connect to my community all over, but YouTube, Facebook, very consistent in. What else? Oh, is that the only places I guess Instagram a little bit, I don't know. Facebook and YouTube though, for sure, because Facebook I run my groups, that's where I run my courses, that's where I run my master classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We appreciate. However, just learned last week that TikTok is great for people marketing things there. You got to be creative and clever about it, but apparently you can kill it marketing the non-tea. Absolutely. And I know tons of coaches on there. Like it's really cool. There's this one person I actually watched some like interview or something. He gives like business and investment advice on TikTok. Now that was the coolest thing ever. Like he gives like business, marketing, and like investment or something advice, and that's stuff I like. I don't know if you guys have heard of 𝒚𝒐𝒏 on YouTube, but he became a millionaire at like 22 and he teaches people how to like invest, like the stock market. He's into real estate and I love that stuff. So I would like to see that stuff on TikTok too. I'm not into the weird trends kids are doing. I don't know. I don't keep up with that. I think I've watched one video. I think I've watched one or two TikToks total since I've had the app. I upload what I need to and I get out. There's a rabbit hole that I don't want to get into, but also I do watch a couple like TikTok compilations on YouTube, but it's only of paranormal content. That is it, I promise you. I'm not watching anything crazy. Just paranormal stuff. Content is YouTube worthy though. Josh, I love it, and I love connecting to you guys like this. It feels very personal, and I just love that like my YouTube is like a library of who I am, and just like this, it's like this dreaming hub that I wish that I had when I was learning. That's my goal, is like what I create, I want it to be something that not only would have been beneficial to me, but something that a lot of people can resonate with. And I just really, it wasn't even just about like, oh, I want to provide people the lucid dreaming and astral projection content so they can save time, energy, and sanity and really figure out what works and what doesn't work. But it's like the community is what I wanted to build. We have been told that dreams are not important. Oh, it's just a dream. Oh, stop with your head in the clouds, whatever people say. I don't even listen anymore. So that's why I'm having a hard time thinking about it. But it's like, I want to create a place that literally feels really intimate. It's like you've created a fort in your bedroom on your bed, and there's cool lights in there, and you're like sharing your like weird or experiences or dreamy experiences that no one has for some reason cared to listen to. Like most of my life, people don't care to hear about dreams, a lot of people. And they are extremely important and vital to our well-being. If you haven't noticed by now, this is like really what I'm trying to explain here on this channel. But I want you to have a space that you feel like what you're experiencing matters, because it does, and I actually really do care about your experiences. And also, we're low-key all changing our lives and transforming our lives through dream on the back end, and like no one even like we're about to take over. I'm just saying, something that people don't even think about. you know, dreaming and lucid dreaming and like consciousness, it's like a lot of people they don't even think about that. Really, it's like completely transforming our lives, and then we're sharing that information, and it's like, that's what I want to experience with you guys, is like play, creation, inspiration, transformation, all of that. Like, that is what I'm talking about. The best things created started in dreams and people pursued them. Absolutely. I made a post about that and it was so freaking cool. Oh my gosh. What experience was shown? So really, when you're experiencing, yeah, just like Josh says, it's like whatever you feed into is going to be what you experience. I don't believe in demons. I don't believe it doesn't make sense to my brain because I operate from like a quantum standpoint, that in quantum physics, it doesn't even make sense to me. So like my brain can't even like make sense of it. Everything is literally like emotion based, energy based. Like everything that we experience is literally a form of thought. So because people have believed in something that some have experienced in sleep paralysis, they also literally manifest it into their experiences. Not that it's real and tangible, but because our beliefs control our perception of the world and reality. And so if you are listening to all the wrong people about these experiences, then you're taking on their experiences, you're taking on their reality, their belief, and then seeing through their lens. So something is only real if you believe it is. So you can use that to your advantage or your detriment, like however you want to use it. But I definitely recommend looking into quantum physics if you really want to know like the scientific way that reality works. And this is what helped me with lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences. You don't have to go that far, but it showed me how consciousness works, how energy works. And because sleep paralysis is a thought responsive state, our thoughts literally feed that experience. And because we're half dreaming, we can dream of anything in our environment. Think about it. When you get lucid, you have to sometimes, if you're manifesting, you have to like intend to experience something, or you think about it and then it happens. That's literally sleep paralysis. You think about something and it manifests. I've never experienced anything scary, really. Like I've experienced eerie stuff because sleep paralysis just feels like an eerie state, right? But I've never experienced anything like scary because I'm always so focused on, okay, don't mess it up. Okay, don't mess it up. Is it time to roll out yet? Or is it time to induce my lucid dream? Okay, let's do, like, I'm so mechanical about it. Like, I really don't want to mess up the experience. So I focus solely on, okay, we're in sleep paralysis. What do we do now? We have to move. We have to induce a lucid dream. We have to do this technique. We have to, like, I'm just very mechanical about it now. And it's like, something I'm hearing in the room, I just know that that's a symptom of sleep paralysis. Yeah, I think it's cool, and like it was really crazy when I first experienced it, but now it's like, now that you're familiar with the state, you know how to use it, right? Like those things aren't going to distract me because I know that in sleep paralysis we have physical sensations, auditory hallucinations, visual hallucinations, muscular paralysis, a slightly collapsed diaphragm because we don't need to take in as much air when we're sleeping. And so it's like I now see everything in a very scientific way. I know the different phases of my sleep paralysis process, what I'm going to experience, what comes after that. So it's like I can start, it's like a very mechanical process for me. Fear doesn't even cross my mind. That's like very, I did have it when I started, for sure, because I didn't know what was happening, but it wasn't that I was scared. It was just like the sensations were super intense. That was like my thing when I first started. It was like unbelievably intense for me, but it wasn't anything scary. Like I said, it was just because the experience is so intense. If you've ever experienced sleep paralysis, you know that it's like really physically intense. Sometimes you hear really, really loud noises. I have like really high pitches, like I have low kind of rumbly noises. I feel like electricity and like vibrations all throughout my body. I hear like my closet door opening and closing over and over. I cannot tell you how many times I like shot up because I thought it was real and everything was fine in my environment. This is why you shouldn't be scared. I ruin tons of my own experiences to give you guys relief so you don't have to wake up and ruin your own, because you're like, oh my God, I want to stay in this experience, but I really feel like I need to check the door or the bed. And then you do, and you're like, oh, It was all in my mind. Damn, that was real. That was really powerful. So if you're getting somewhere in your sleep paralysis experience, don't mess it up. Just like go with it. And the biggest thing that helped me was like, I was you slightly hold on, you kind of get tense, you know? You're like, okay, I'm gonna try to induce an out-of-body experience or a lucid dream. Like, I gotta stay relaxed, but you're so tense. Like, the biggest thing you can do is completely let go. Let go of all control, let go of trying at all, let go of feeling scared. Be like, you know what? It's gonna feel like I'm just like falling backwards into trust. Like, just do that. And you'll notice that that escalates things quickly, but in a positive way. So don't be scared that I said that. I know that that might have not sounded comforting, but I promise you that when you completely relax and just like let go, you're gonna either experience a lucid dream so much quicker, or at least visuals to help you get to a lucid dream, or you're gonna be able to slip out of your body, because little do you know you were energetically holding on, and that's what prevented you from getting out of body. I just recently discovered the awesome anaeronaut and writer Robert Moss, who I learned last night advocates a view on lucid dreaming. Oh, awesome, Mark. That's so cool. Yeah, play with it. Like, you can totally, like, and I told people, if you see something scary, like, if you see something scary in your sleep paralysis experience, give them a hat. Give them a mustache. Give them... have them juggle pizza. I don't know. You tell me. We could, it's like Harry Potter. What's it called? You guys are gonna hate me, but I haven't seen that forever. Where they like do a spell to manifest their biggest fears. You know what I'm talking about. Do that, but give them some like silly get up. And you'll notice as soon as you energetically change your frequency in sleep paralysis, then your experience will change. Like, as soon as you find a way to like think with more gratitude or love or humor, like that reflects in your environment. There absolutely is, JS. There's more to sleep than we understand. Like, we have some ideas of like why things happen, but is there really a way to completely verify? No, we only verify with each other, right? Humanity as a whole, we verify information with each other. Even if science says something, that's only the tools that we have available to us to kind of predict or like explore what's actually happening, but we don't even know that that's fact. What do you think happens when we die? I think it's just like when we came into this world. When we die, we're just switching departments. We are literally just switching departments. Really, we are transitioning from one vehicle to another. Our vehicle now is a human body. I believe that we can never die because we were never really born. It's this thing that really amazes me in general. We go through, it's like a snail or a crab, like having many different shells in their life, you know, like when one's outgrown them, then they'll find another shell. And I believe that life is like that. I think that we've always existed in many different forms of consciousness. And once we transition from this reality, we're going to find basically a new shell, whether that's energetic, whatever. But I don't believe that anything changes from us being the observer, from us being consciousness itself. If you have had a super trippy experience, whether it's in meditation, on plant medicine, you experienced what it is like to literally be consciousness. It is this weird thing that I don't know if I'll ever be able to explain. Who we are is actually the observer behind these eyes. It's literally just the person. It's not even the person. It's literally just the observer. How do I explain it? When you go into deep meditation and everything gets quiet, no thoughts are going, no things in your environment, and it's literally like all you are is this like ball of awareness, but you're not even thinking. You're just like part of everything and nothing at the same time. Like, that is who we are. And I believe that when we transition out of this reality, when we die, quote unquote, because that's a loaded topic in itself, but I believe that we are always that, just in different forms. I think it's a very beautiful thing, actually. Let's see, gonna go meditate and find some peace. I wish you all the greatest, zombies. Thanks for stopping by. Oh my god, I just love you guys so much. Does that make sense? So that's kind of my thoughts on it. And after, you know, having my out-of-body experiences and my near-death experience from my digestive issues that I had, I just see things in a different way. I think the truth of our existence and that it's different for everyone, only the individual would feel their truth. Absolutely, Christopher. And one thing that I love about that is that's why I was like, I can't really tell you what happens after. I just know what the essence of our consciousness is, which is the observer. But I love what you said, because when people are like, oh, do you believe that there's a heaven or a hell? Like, since our beliefs create our reality, everybody will experience something different. That's what's so cool. Like, you and I could be experiencing the same life right now, but have completely different perceptions, which completely transforms the entire experience. It like changes our experiences from one another, right? I believe that reality is the same way. What we truly believe or what we truly resonate with is what we're going to experience. You and I we could have completely different experiences based on the lens that we're seeing this reality through. And I feel like other realities are no different. So thank you, Christopher, for mentioning that, because I think that's really, really important to remember. It's like we have ideas of like what this consciousness is, or I at least know that it feels like the observer, but I would never be able to tell someone like this is what happens after we cross over. Even though I did have a near-death experience, I think I was dead for like 22 minutes or whatever. That happened close to 10 years ago now. I know what it was like for me and what I experienced. But as far as like other people's journey, it really depends on what's happening in here that will determine what happens out here. Sounds good. Yeah, Josh, that's exactly what I had. I had gastritis, acid reflux, IBS, and esophagitis, and ulcers. So that's interesting, Josh, and all of that I was able to heal through lucid dreaming. That's what I'm talking about. Like, when I say that I use a placebo lucid dream healing to heal from my digestive issues, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I was on 8 medications for it. That's why I know like anything is possible through dream, because like that was the worst that I ever felt. Oh my gosh, Josh, wow. Dang, we like have kind of similar stories but different. Isn't that kind of interesting? That's crazy. Probably the best 22 minutes of your life. Actually terrifying, because I was in a really bad space mentally. I didn't have any family or friends to check up on me. I felt super, super alone, and my living circumstances weren't really good either. So I actually had a terrifying experience of, I think I woke up. See, this is where reality and my near-death experience start to blend together. I don't know if I was in a dream and I woke up in the hospital all by myself. I think I was awake. I literally woke up and I was all by myself. After I had this crazy nightmare of like them hauling me away in this like hospital thing, and everyone that I've ever met or known just like standing, like paying their respects and just like watching me leave, and the look in their eyes was so heartless, like they didn't even know me, and it was so scary. And that was like the nightmare that I was in. And then I woke up, like actually woke up, but I still thought that I was dreaming or in that dream space because no one was there. I woke up, I was all alone in the hospital. It felt like the middle of the night. There was not a sound, and I was like, hello, hello, and I couldn't hear anybody. I took off the things of my arms, and I like got out of bed, and I'm like walking around this hospital, and there's like nobody in there. It was so scary. It was like nightmare fuel. It was so scary. And then I believe I saw somebody, and I was like, hey, can you help me? And it was like kind of like I was in this weird state, but I was awake, but it felt like a dream. And I remember it was like this doctor, and he just looked at me and then just kept walking like I was invisible. And all this really happened. This was after I woke up out of my nightmare, and I was all alone. And I had no idea where I was. I didn't think people could see me. Like that's the level of like terror. And then when oh my God, it's just the longest story ever. But I had to hitch a ride home. And when I got home, all my doors were locked. And because I was still on the medicine, I thought I was like kicked out of my house. I don't even know. It was a very trippy story, very long story, but yes, it wasn't like the best 22 minutes to mark, as a lot of like near-death experience stories are. It was very intense though, and I'm very grateful for it, because now I'm like where I am now, and I learned a lot from that experience. And it also helped me appreciate the dream practice, because that's what saved me. Like in many different areas of my life, lucid dreaming really did save me in many different ways, and so it was crazy. 11 years of being on daily antibiotics for severe acne was an unknown Faucasian bargain. Cleared up the acne and gave me 24-hour. Oh my gosh, really? That's crazy, Mark. Oh my gosh, you're like, well, thanks. This is just Andy. I've had many you should be dead incidents, but never a near-death experience. I've had a few of those too. Yeah, that's it. Just crazy to think about all of it. Like, I've developed a habit of shaking out of paralysis before I get out of body. Oh, that's kind of interesting, Danny. What the? Of course, JS, absolutely. I've gotten used to having people talk over me like I'm invisible. I've been there. I've been there, dude. And that's exactly what it felt like. It was actually terrifying. I didn't even know that that would scare me. Maybe the experience was actually highlighting a deep-rooted fear of mine that I didn't know that I had. Because that was so scary. And I remember really, like, I like passed out when I got to the hospital, and I remember they gave me tons of like weird, I don't know, but it made me like lose my mind. I was like so confused, and it was so scary. And I kept ripping off the, you know, the thing they put on your finger, I don't know what it's called, to keep track of your pulse. I didn't have control over my movements. I couldn't tell if I was dreaming or not, and I kept ripping it off and throwing it, and it's like it sucked so bad because like I kept ripping it and throwing it off of my finger. But inside, I was internally screaming because I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I can't control my emotion, or I can't control my movements. I can't talk. It's like it was me trapped inside my body, and my body was like doing crazy things, and I had no control. And it was like I was just watching it happen, and it was so horrible. I don't know what they gave me, but oh my God, it was so horrible. For an hour and I revive myself from, oh my gosh, Mark, wow. Oh my God, you guys are all superheroes in here. Oh my God, what are you talking about? Dang, so we all do have a big. Yeah, Josh, it was terrifying. So much pain that you just want to go. Blacked out until I woke up after I got sprint. Oh my gosh. Josh, have you ever messed around with it in the lucid dream? I would love to hear your experience if you do some sort of healing method. Mine was a pool, like a swimming pool. And a dream character actually walked me to it and said that this swimming pool was a healing pool of water. And so I was led to it, but you could probably find one in the lucid dream. I'm just asking because I would love to hear about your experience, because we had the exact same thing. I had gastritis. That was the main thing that I knew that I had. And I know how painful that can be. Oh my God. I know how painful that could be. So if you have any questions, please let me know, because I would love to help with that in any way that I can. And I would love, imagine like, it's been proven that like lucid dreaming can like heal gastritis. And like you test it out and it actually gets better too, and now you and I are like advocates for lucid dreaming for gastritis, and that's like the one thing that lucid dreaming is like proven to do. That would be crazy. Damn, we about to be making some groundbreaking research, dude. I think it would be cool to try though, in all serious, because you never know, you know? And I'm just saying, what if it works? What if it works and then you and I literally have the same story of how we healed gastritis through that? Like, I'm just saying. And even though it has felt really great since I did that healing, every once in a while I'll go into the lucid dream and like intentionally like heal my stomach or send, you know, positive energy to my stomach or something. I'll just try to do a little bit of upkeep is what I'm trying to say. But that one dream is the one that I will remember forever, and I would love to hear an experience that you have with something similar if you ever do that work, because especially since we had the same thing, it just really interests me because I never thought that it would work. And I still cry about it because it's like very emotional for me. It was like really crazy. So I would if any of you mess around with like, you know, just play around with the healing aspects in the dream or anything, I would love to hear about your experiences, guys. Like really. For some funny reason, we never hear about lucid dreams curing gastritis in the New England Journal of Medicine. Why? I don't know why. I don't know why, but you will. But you will, Mark. You will. That's true, it would. Anecdotal evidence for sure. Hey, anecdotal's better than nothing, dude. And we'll start. If you have enough people that have literally experienced something like that, we could literally create some sort of research thing. Or once people see that, imagine if my entire dream family, all of us, healed something. Oh my god, you have gastritis too, dude? Or tapstick, oh my gosh. Okay. We all, especially the people that have gastritis, but also everybody, we all need to lucid dream. We all need to come up with a plan. We all need to engage in some sort of structured healing protocol in our lucid dreams. And we need to report it back to each other. We need to have a mastermind. Because that's just so crazy. The average person fills up about half of ion filled. Oh. Dang. Oh my gosh. Gosh, I did not know that. And that's all that matters. Even if science doesn't want to take to us, we'll change the world one person at a time. One dreamer at a time. Watch us. We don't need anyone else. We'll do this ourselves. Josh, that's how it was for mine too. My upper abdomen was the one that was affected the most. When I got my endoscopy, they saw like tons of scratches and erosions, and it was like oh my gosh. I'm like reliving it. Like everything I had to change. Like what I ate, when I ate, how I ate, what I took, what time I slept, when I drank water, like everything. Even drinking juice, you really couldn't drink juice because it would like burn the hell out of your stomach. It would literally, how I compared it, I don't know if yours is the same. I compared it to like having open wounds in your stomach and having like rubbing alcohol poured onto them. Like it's that painful. It's like that sharp of stinging pain. That's how it was for me. See, and that's the thing that's different between us, Josh, is I like spicy food, but I don't need it very spicy at all. Like our spicy is probably very different, but even black pepper would upset my my stomach. I'm fine now and I can still eat some spicy food, but yeah, spicy and acidic like destroyed me. Like fruit, like orange juice, I loved orange juice and I couldn't drink it. But you know what I did? I did it anyways, but not as often because it was very painful. But I definitely get you. I don't know if you eat a lot of avocados and stuff, but that helped me a lot because it's like the really creaminess of the avocado really helped like coat my stomach lining. So if you eat avocados or bananas, those like helped a lot when I had it. Dang, oh my gosh. I randomly lucid dream. Why sad face? That's a great thing. And if you learn how to spontaneously lucid dream, you're already set. Just create a dream plan for your next lucid dream and then do some crazy work. You grow avocados. Oh. Yeah, no citrus, right? Like that destroyed me. Avocados are my favorite thing. That makes me so happy. It's the nature's butter. Coming over, Josh. All this avocado talk, I can't. If dream healing works, we don't prove anything to science because science will sometimes accept this theory. Oh yeah, yeah. I guess we're on our own. I really did want to open like a lucid dreaming research, not even just a lucid dreaming research center. Just like a consciousness research center, but mainly focused around lucid dreaming and out-of-body experience. One day that's my goal because many questions. California is known for avocados. I'll be kind of close soon. I'll be in Washington. Aren't they known for their apples? Washington? Okay, I'll bring you some apples if you bring me some avocados. Not a fair trade at all. Avocados are precious. So are apples, but you know, avocados hit different. Can't do spicy or acidic, and that's funny because black pepper makes me so sick and avocados are my favorite. Look at us! High five! Boom! I do love black pepper though. I put black pepper on everything, but I could not have it before. Yeah, for sure. Avocados, savor, banana, boom. I'm vegan, so I don't eat like yogurt, but like I can imagine yogurt would help. Maybe? No, because of the dairy, right? Dairy messed me up too. But I guess maybe, yeah, vegan yogurt for you. Right, coconut yogurt. That's probably great for it. I love how we're like coming up with recipes to try. Okay. Oh, Mark. Oh. I'll have to look into that. I thought I remembered it, but no, I was thinking about a different research center, so I'll have to look into that because I did not know. Yeah, Josh, pepper on everything. Everything. Actually, literally everything. Salt and pepper are like my most used seasonings for sure. I would try inducing sleep paralysis in the middle of the day, either during a nap, right after your sleep, or a couple hours after your sleep. I would definitely recommend looking at my playlist too, because I think I have like 15 videos on sleep paralysis or something, but I go into a lot of my favorite methods on there. Oh yeah, definitely, Christopher. Yeah. That's what I had to do too. I had to eat it. I had to make sure for sure I ate before. And then after too, same with acidic foods. So, and it's crazy because just that lucid dream healing, I thought that I was like, okay, I get not taking my medications, but there's no way that I could just like eat whatever again. And even though I do have like a structured diet, like the things that used to upset me, and that's actually one reason why I ended up going fully vegan, because like everything that I had when I had ulcers and gastritis like screwed up my stomach. So that's not the biggest reason I went vegan. Definitely one of them though, that helped. And then I just realized, oh, this just works for me better. So yeah, I definitely couldn't do any dairy. That like destroyed me. Like, oh my gosh. Dairy is hard. Yeah, I agree. So I'm fully vegan now because even when I wasn't, like anytime I had dairy or anything, it would literally upset my stomach anyways. And yeah, definitely horrible for those with digestive issues, for sure. Absolutely. Guys, I really appreciate you coming and hang out with me. I love you guys so much. We almost talked here for 2 hours. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I love that. I live in New England and I'm determined to grow an avocado tree. You got this. You got this. We'll all put our positive thoughts into it and we'll all grow avocado trees. That's like a dream of mine, to have an avocado tree, at least one. Oh yes, absolutely, Josh. I appreciate it, guys. It's always so fun to hang out with you. Thank you all so much for coming to chill with me. Again, check out the socials if you have a TikTok. If you want to get into our Telegram Lucid Dreaming community group chat, I have a Facebook group, Haylee Lynn's Lucid Dream Team. I have ways that we can work together. And you know, I have a bit of socials. I'm trying to branch out so I can connect with all of you guys who only have a couple of them or one of them. Josh, you're inspiring me. I really want to just randomly grow an avocado tree. I'm in an apartment. It's fine. It's fine. But I really appreciate you guys. On the 5th, there will be our first members only live stream. So that is this Sunday, probably going to be like 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you are a member or a soon-to-be member and you want to join us, then you can hang out with us at around 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Sunday. Every first Sunday of the month, there will be a members-only live stream on the channel. For those members who are subscribed at tier 2 and up, you are going to be seeing a new series called Haylee's Lucidity School. It's basically going to be a lucid dreaming course / podcast type thing for members. Again, that's for tier 2 and up. The first tier of my memberships, you'll get discounts on all my courses and my merch. You'll have access to the live stream each month, and you also get custom emotes and stickers to use on the channel, whether it's in comments or live chat. The second tier gets all of that, including access to a members-only Discord server and the weekly exclusive members only videos, and then even up to my highest tier, you guys receive monthly Zoom workshops. My 2 first tiers are definitely the most popular ones, but I just want to let you know, if you're wanting the Haylee's Lucidity School series, that's going to be tier 2 and up, but the members only live streams, that's for all members. So I will see you all on, and it's 11/11. Make a wish, make a wish, make a wish right now. Even if it's not 11/11 for you, it is for me. So time through my end will carry over to you and you'll still get your wish. Okay. Okay. 11/11's over. I hope you made your wish. I want to make sure everyone's good here. Everyone made their wish. Okay, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining. There will be a new video on Wednesday, and I will be consistently releasing the meditation music. I really love creating it. I want you guys to have something new to listen to throughout the week when you go to sleep or whenever you want to listen to it. So I will keep creating that for you guys. And I can't wait to see you next Monday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm so sorry. I can't give you an exact time. It really depends. Okay, I'm sorry. But within that hour, we will be live on Monday. You can always join in the Telegram chat. I try to remember. It's new, okay? I'm trying to remember to update you guys in there, but I will be updating you guys when I go live, so maybe check the Telegram chat. Okay. Woohoo! Soundscape it up! Yeah, I'm so excited. I will probably release my next meditation tomorrow. And I'm going to try to do one close to every day. That way you guys have a new meditation to listen to every single night. You don't have to listen to like the same one. You can kind of like see what you like, you know? All right, guys, I love you so much. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I love my dream family so much. I'm giving you the biggest hug right now. Thanks again for chilling with me. I love you so much. I hope that all of you have the best day or night wherever you are. And as always, I'm sending you endless love and endless lucidity. Mwah. I love you all.